What's happening? Toby from Hub Fitness. So today we're going to be going through a leg workout. So I'm going to take you through mobility, warm-ups, and then we're going to get straight into squats. Alright guys, so the biggest thing I find when doing leg workouts, so things that people miss out on, is creating external rotation in the hips, so they don't stretch out the hip flexors and hip extensors, they don't warm up the hemis, the IT band, and they don't warm up the surrounding muscles like within the legs, the hips and the core. So you want to do flexion exercise, you want to do extension exercises, so you want to warm up the quads, the calf muscles, the hemis, and you want to warm up this the thoracic, the T-spine, you want to warm up that lumbar and cervical spine. So when you get under the bar, pretty much warm head to toe. So you want to do full body warm up. So you want to go through a warm up phase of doing some squats, doing some yoga exercises, which I'm going to take you through. So dynamic stretching, not more so static stretching. So moving through a range of motion and trying to get you into the best suitable position for your body. Okay, so everyone squats differently. They have different widths in the way they squat. Some people squat toes out a little bit, some people squat straight feet, some people squat for wider stance opposed to a narrower stance. Really just depends on your genetic makeup and your mobility, and generally the biggest things is hip mobility and knee range of motion. So range of motion within like the actual knees, and range of motion dorsiflexion specifically in the ankles are the biggest points or the biggest areas that people fail at. So you can get around that by doing certain warm-ups or just by changing your stance up and just doing box squats. So we're going to go through all that today. Let's get it. Alright, so basically first stretch up. So this is just my warm-up phase. This is the same every single time I warm up. So I'll go into a lunge, and then I create external rotation on one side, do exactly the same on the other, touch my toes, lean back, do probably 2 or 3 warm-up sets on squats, put some weight on, and then I peak, and then I work my way down reverse pyramid style. So pretty much it's hard to get your head around at the start, but once you do it, and it's the same thing week in, week out, keep you away from injury, and it will help you progress in the gym.
Love me for life, love me for life. You say you love me for life, love me for life, love me for life. I think you're crazy enough to want me to say you love me for life, love me for life, love me for life. I get you drunk without the bottle. You have a taste and you want more.
Alright, so that's basically the warm-up. So with that, I'm stretching out my adductors, hip flexors, hip extensors, calf muscles, T-spine, L-spine, pretty much my whole body just doing that. So I'm doing a lot of flexion, extension, and some hip mobility. So it's a little bit of, it's kind of like a quarter of a Ashtanga sun salutation. So a little bit of yoga, a little bit of dynamic stretching, and a little bit of pre-mobility mixed in with some CrossFit stuff. So basically I've mixed this in with a little bit of stuff from Kelly Starrett doing some mobility drills. So you do P and F stretching in this. So pretty much a P and F stretching is contracting the muscle and then relaxing, going to a further stretch. So you'll contract about 8 out of 10. So like in regards to RPE, so your perceived exertion. So you'll squeeze. So if you stretch your hemis, try to touch the ground, squeeze your hemis as tight as you can, hold, breathe in, hold for 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, release, come back up a bit, go down a little bit further. So kind of tricks kind of tricks your nervous system, allowing a little bit more range of motion, just really quickly like that. There's none of this like static stretching for like half an hour. Dynamic range of motion, working with what you got for that day. And then depending on how you feel, when you've been squatting for a long time, you generally know like when you're having good days or bad days, when to peak, and what I mean by peak, when to do like heavy days and when to do lighter days. So today I'm just doing a moderate day. It's going to work on my form, so probably going to peak at about 100 kilos. It's going to really focus on getting back that straight back, going ass to grass, back up, anywhere from 5 to 8 reps, comfortable, and just feeling good. So I'm going to do that for about 4 sets. Then I'm going to do some front squats, 2 or 3 sets, and that's pretty much going to be my leg session day. I'm just solely squatting. You don't have to do heaps and heaps and heaps of different exercises for legs, like just doing Squats alone is going to stimulate your quads, calf muscles, and pretty much all the muscles in your legs. Obviously, it doesn't directly hit your calf muscles like calf raises do, or like hamstrings like an RDL or stiff-legged deadlift would, but you have to understand it's still going to work those muscles, even though it might be a primary effect of that. My main focus is mobility and longevity, just feeling good and just getting it done today. So it's the main focus. Hope you enjoy.
Look into your eyes, can change my mind. Then again, I don't mind. I seem to find all the answers to the questions I don't like, but you make them all alright.
I often wonder what really it is that you offer me. At least I feel your touch, even if it's just when you walk on me. Your mind is always elsewhere, it's there, it's on, then it's off of me. I wanna feel your depth, but your heart is deaf when you talk to me. I guess that's what we were taught. We open up depending on how many drinks we have bought. He wants your head and it's ironic, doesn't care about your thoughts. You want more drink away from drowning, feeling empty and lost. But me, I'm no better. She wants to fuck around and I let her. A culture now, we're together, but was never together. I know you're looking for one night, and I've been stuck on for